Hi, Natty. How are you doing today on this lovely Tuesday evening? Even beyond what you said earlier, feeling better than I was, but who boy did I feel like absolute garbage for most of the day. God damn it. Okay. It's still a little too toasty in the house to have the fan off. Is that better? Honestly, this little recap feature in Fire Red and Leaf Green is so good, I don't know why more games don't have this. Oh, you'll handle it. I won't. I cannot stand that buzzing when I watch the VODs. Hi, Soda. Hi, Rain. How are you two doing? I'm Kerplode. It has been known to happen. Can't sleep. I'm sorry, but hey, at least you have a cute little mouse to watch. Yeah, does my mic sound okay? Game volume's okay? Okay, so we found the ruby. And I think we need the sapphire to complete the set here. I wonder what that could be a reference to. Okay. Go to all the Sevii Islands. Alright, let's go. Game's a little quiet. Give me a sec. Streamed some Mario Wii. Had a nice day overall. Drew some stuff. Yeah, I saw your art. And, you know, I was there for a little bit of the stream before I fell asleep. But that was cool, too. Brought my inhaler to work Sunday because I thought I'd need it. Didn't end up using it, but when I got home, I realized it wasn't in my jacket pocket, so it's lost. Damn, I'm sorry, Rain. Like, I try not to nap because I do want to get a better sleeping pattern. I would really like to be able to actually go to bed at, like, 11 or 12. Random game trivia. Okay, give me just a sec. I need to double-check a name to make sure it's right. Spicy hot take. You're already queuing up too much thinking at once, you guys. Oh my gosh. Okay. Think harder, funny mouse girl. Ah! Well, no, this one is actually a game trivia. I just had to double check the name of it, or the name of the person rather. But okay, it's pretty well known. One of the singers for Sonic CD's opening, the Japanese and European opening. Finally got Steam rewards on my streams. Awesome. But there's actually a secondary singer who is the one who kind of responds, because, you know, it's always like, what do you make? Give and take. You know, that kind of thing in the opening. The second person is James Norwood Jr., who also does a lot of the singing for Believe in Yourself, the ending theme for Sonic CD. He specifically also performs the Super Smash Bros. Melee version of the DK rap. What are you doing here on the Sevii Islands? You should quit copying me, you know. Anyway, I already got my Pokemon eggs, so I'm done with this island. I bet you don't even know about Pokemon eggs. You'll never fill your national Pokedex that way. By the way, I saw someone we both know on this island. Why don't you go look around if it makes you curious? Me, I don't have time to waste. Be smelling ya. Alternate universe where Blue is a tsundere. I mean, I kind of think he is anyway. Yeah, Believe in Yourself is such an amazing, amazing song. But yeah, everybody grab your favorite caffeine-free, sugar-free beverage of choice. Got my water tumbler right here, all filled up. Take a nice big sippy. And I will stand up and stretch even though I just sat down less than 10 minutes ago after walking all around the house doing 5 other things. I did not even notice what I just picked up, Rip. Okay, big stretchy. Glad I got better at platformers after 20 years. I would hope so. Daycare man. Help take care of the precious Pokemon of trainers. I think you saw my message, but the game didn't get any louder when you turned it up. What the hell? It goes that better? To raise your Pokemon, have a word with my wife, because yes, Pokemon breeding is now available. Which means that we now have access to the other Eevee evolutions. Ditto Factory. Well, actually, did mostly in Generation 2, but I did this a little in Gen 3 also. But when, like, I would do a lot of breeding and move chains and, like, chain breeding and stuff like that when, I had, like, people who were locally around me who played Pokemon. Wahoo! Can't wait for Leafeon, Glaceon, and Sylveon. Haha, yeah, that'll be so fun. But yeah, I did a lot of chain breeding and stuff because nobody ever wanted to use any of their TMs. Because, you know, they were single use only. But it is definitely something we will mess with in the near future. I actually have to go and get a Ditto. Because I do not have one at the moment. Lorelei has returned. Did she find the city life too stressful, I wonder? Ready? Boing! We're having a body slam match to see who wimps out first. If you were here to join us, you'd be squashed like a bug, though. How about each body slam to a Pokemon? Come again. You know, 2 guys, 2 buff guys. There! Boing! You're awfully heavy. Slamming against each other in their house. Nothing to see here. Got a French Ditto with great stats from the Swish event. Cool. I mean, you could try to join anyway. Oh, you found me. Please don't tell Lorelei. Did you know that Lorelei has lots of stuffed dolls? Every time she comes back to 4 Island, her collection grows. Stuffed Pokemon dolls galore. That's just my bedroom. I actually do have a plush Slowpoke. I have a plush Psyduck, but it's like the one from the movie. Where it's got like the more realistic texture. I have a Detective Pikachu plush and the Ludicolo from there too. I have, well, of course I have plenty of Pikachu plushies. It's like the most common one, but I do still have my Seal plush from the Burger King promotion from 1998. Top 10 mouses in gaming. Hi, Cole. How are you doing today on this lovely Tuesday evening? Lorelai's house. Okay, so really interesting little thing here. It's kind of an Easter egg, kind of a bonus thing. But, if you keep fighting and defeating the Elite Four, Lorelai will buy more and more plushes, and she will eventually top out at her maximum when you beat her 200 times. When you beat the Elite Four 200 times. And that it takes as long as you would probably assume. Well, gotta grind for that. Don't tempt me. Just squeezing the maximum amount of streams out of every single game. Series will go longer than Custal. Ooh, chili! I made a slushie using ice I shaved inside Icefall Cave. It's chilly and tasty. Because, I mean, I think even my original copy of Firered from when it came out that I put over 300 hours into, I'm pretty sure still does not have the plushies maxed out for Lorelai. Oh shit, I did not go to the Pokemon Center. Question. What's this? Apparently it's more common ice cream dip. It's really hard to tell when it's that small. I mean, from the distance here, it looks kind of like shaved ice. Which is much more common in the US, yeah. I think it's an emoji. Thank you, Cole. You get your head pats for today. Oh, a Pokemon egg? I have no idea. Oh, wait. The daycare people in town were saying something. They said they found eggs before on their property. It's basically just chunky snow with flavoring on top, yeah. What's this? The new Pokemon journal hasn't arrived on this island. Here's a rare kind of ice Pokemon that lives in the cave. We get lots of visitors hoping to see that Pokemon. Didn't say hi for his brain stopped working. It's okay, Rain. You know, I'm realizing that playing this on L equals A mode with the way that it's laid out really just feels like I'm playing like with the single Joy-Con, it feels like I'm playing something with a Wii remote. Which is weird because, like, I actually don't have a lot of Wii games that use just a Wii remote or Wii remote and nunchuck as the primary. Like, most of my Wii collection is like... Give me just a sec. Shaved ice implies there's 5 o'clock shadow ice. Of course. It has a gun and heavy metal music too. I have yet to get the Firered Leaf Green port. Yeah, buy them both. Double dip on them. You want to pay 200 fucking euros for a GBA copy? No. Besides, I don't have a follow-up. Just buy them. They're 20 bucks, and I have definitely gotten more than $20 worth of fun. Are we gonna have a problem? No, but what I was saying is, like, most of my Wii collection can be played with a classic controller or GameCube controller, and that's usually what I go for, because I really like the Wii Classic controller, especially for RPGs. Oh no, we got ice cracks. Because for people who aren't aware, the Wii Classic controller, and especially the Wii Classic Controller Pro, are basically a fusion between, like, a PS2 controller and a Super Nintendo controller. It is very comfortable. It's very lightweight. It doesn't have rumble or anything like that, but that's not really something I'm super worried about. Like, rumble is one of those things that I appreciate when it's there, but I play so many old games and portable games, I'm just don't really pay attention if it's not. One Ultra Ball. I may have did it to myself. Haha. Rip. You might not know this, but there are multiple Firered leaf green SKUs for each language, so you have... Oh, that's right, I forgot you have to buy it separately for each language. Swine up! Yeah, that's the one thing, is like, I don't complain about the price or anything else they did with the games. The thing I think sucks is having to buy it separately if you want it in multiple languages. That's really shit. Like, the $20 purchase should just let you choose the language on boot up. But then again, hey, you know, if you want to buy one in French and again in English, you can rebuy it in the other language too, and you know, you have an opportunity to play through the game again. The nub, little guy. Take on the price. They're good games, but like the fact they're 20 bucks is still nice. I mean, I have mentioned this before, but I am a big proponent of just slapping an old game on a modern console for 15 or 20 bucks. Shave ice is close enough to a drink, right? Up. Delivered. I mean, if you wait long enough, exactly. See, you get it. Thankfully, as far as I know, in Gen 3, aside from roaming legendaries, Pokemon generally don't run away, so it makes Delibird much less obnoxious to catch in this game. But also, between them barely appearing in Ruby and Sapphire and not appearing until post-game in Firered and Leaf Green, it always feels a little uncanny seeing Gen 2 Pokemon in the Gen 3 like art style for the sprites and everything. Do we have hot cocoa? I think so. Yeah, one of the executes is named Eggnog. Actually, I think I accidentally named both of them Eggnog. I gotta go change that sometime. Shit, I don't know if I have any Pokemon that has any move Maybe Propel can give him the gentle tap with a Rock Smash. Try to actually sleep now, have obligations tomorrow, have a good one. Good night, Soda. Thank you for dropping by anyway. I hope you can get some nice restful sleeps. Well, shit. It didn't work. I should probably go grab a lower level Pokemon and bring it in here with me for this. Because we're getting stuff from like 25 to 30, which is also the age range of most of my audience. Okay, I'm sure at least one of the cuties can take a break for a little bit. I think we're probably going to need Propel for Strength and Rock Smash. Have a Mulled Wine. I'm pretty sure we do not have that. Let me go double check it real quick. Yep. Oh, look, she's got a little Aspear Berry. Salsa, Slushy, Nog, Sam's Cola. Yeah, because I originally named this one Nog, and then the second one I caught, I think in the park, I named Eggnog, and then I renamed it to Sam's Cola. Yeah, okay, so I have one named Nog and one named Eggnog. Oops. Okay, we do not have a hot cocoa either. And we do not have mulled wine, so we have those two on the table. I did not get a low-level Pokemon to take in there with me. Oh my gosh. ADHD at its finest. Like Cocoa for Delibird better, personally. Yeah, we will definitely keep mulled wine in the back pocket, though. Actually, V8, you can take a little break. We'll go ahead and let Glacier take point for now. I apologize if I'm a little low energy this stream. Like I said, I've kind of just felt awful for almost a week at this point, because that's why I didn't stream Thursday or Sunday. I wanted to stream Monday, but I just felt too bad yesterday. Like, I could not do anything. To be fair, you did crit with Rock Smash, so there's a chance it would work. Yeah, but also I always love taking opportunities to level up other Pokemon. I don't think it's a secret after almost 200 hours of Crystal that I do kind of enjoy relaxing and grinding with Pokemon games. I am also kind of torn, though. Oh shit, that Golbat is level 45. Like, another game I feel like is very relaxing to chill and grind with is Dragon Quest 1. And I've kind of been wanting to stream it at some point, but I have no idea which version to go with. Because here's the thing, it's like, I know we all like to joke about Star Fox 64 getting remade over and over, but it has nothing on most of the Dragon Quest games. There are like 7 or 8 different versions of Dragon Quest 1, and they all have differences. Though I think the only versions I own are one I got on my phone because it went on sale for 99 cents, which is probably the worst version of the game. Hey, a seal. What a cool Pokemon. And when I say it's probably the worst version, I mean, it's still Dragon Quest 1. It's still a pretty good game. But it's just like, that version was ported to Switch, and the Switch port has really nasty screen tearing. And there's also the HD 2D versions, which are probably the best versions of the game, but I don't own the HD 2D versions of Dragon Quest 1 and 2. And the lowest I've seen them go down in price is like $40. And I just ain't got that to spend right now. Shit. Why do I keep doing this to myself? Oh well, it's giving me more chances to find Delibird, I guess. I mean, Dragon Quest in general is a series I have a pretty weird relationship with. I think I've mentioned this on stream before, but it's just like, it's a series where all the games are games that I like, but haven't ever really fallen super deep in love with them. So the only one I've really played, like, far enough into to get to the end of the game is Dragon Quest VIII. Which Mom and I played together, and it's kind of the game that got me interested in the rest of the series. But if nothing else, like with Dragon Quest, I always loved the, it's just a really fun game to run around and grind and stuff like that. Ooh, we got a Slighty puzzle. I don't think there are any of these in Kanto. I think the first ones are in Johto. Okay, can I do this from this direction, or is my only way I can go down? Baby, are you down, 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 down? I don't even like that song. Cheese Swiss roll. Oh, Chaos Swiss roll. I'm okay for both. Hey Ben, how you doing today? First time chatting in the stream. What you been up to, dude? This funky little mouse is playing some post-game in Pokemon Firered. We're doing the Sevii Islands. Trying to get this one item and driving myself crazy. Still on the FF7 Rebirth grind. Nice. Oh, wait, shit. Ooh, okay. HM7 Waterfall. Ooh, good thing I didn't go chasing that. Full restore. Okay, so I think I need to go down and back around to get that other item I was trying to... God damn it. This item you're trying to get, it's off in the corner, and I'm really OCD about getting all the items in dungeons. But yeah, my current team, which we beat the Elite Four with, we got Propel the Rhydon, Red Bull the Dodrio, Zinx the Jinx, which is the one you get in the trade in oh my gosh, I just realized that the original trainer's name is Dante. That is amazing. Macchiato, Venusaur, which is our starter, and Seltzer the Raichu. And also we have a Vaporeon named V8. Though right now I have Glacier in the front because there are a lot of Pokemon here I want to catch that are like under level 30. Wait, shit, do I need to use this one? Reboot Dante's training. Maybe that's his career move he made. Okay, so I think I need to fall in the other ice thingy. Yeah, when he realized being a demon hunter just wasn't for him. Never melt ice. You know, honestly, when DMC Devil May Cry came out after the trailer and stuff, I assumed it was going to take place in the regular timeline, and the plot twist at the end was the guy wasn't the real Dante. And there would be, like, I don't know, a series of Dante imitators or something. Though it is very funny that the series unrebooted itself. Shit. Ah, you just get stuck. Like, there is no DMC in bossing, say. Oh boy, this is just designed for you to get stuck, huh? There we go. Okay. Now to get all the rest of whatever's in this cave. Yeah, but Glacier Freeze here is the Lapras that you pick up through the regular playthrough of the game. Probably going to be my backup waterfall and stuff user. Because I really hate having to teach like 15 water moves. All that looks like he wants to eat the biggest sandwich. That's why he's going to Subway. He's like, which one do you want? And he opens the like, and I want a sandwich this big. Let's go ahead and teach Glacier Freeze some waterfall. That's right, TM case. Also, everybody say hi to Dot. I think we can live without Mist for the moment. Yeah, she is my kind of inside-outside cat who likes to invade my house without permission and be a baby butt. Usually in summer, she just stays out in the yard for most of her for most of the time, but it is raining, so she probably wanted to come in for that. It's you, Rain. It's true. It is Rain. Rain and I have been friends for a very long time. Rain also streams. She actually streamed some Pokemon herself yesterday. Was it yesterday? Day ago? A few days ago? It was Sunday, I think. Okay, Monday and today have just blurred together for me. Now keep your filthy hands off the Pokemon in the cave. Do as I say or you'll have me to answer to. Ah, shut it, lady, and leave us be. Don't let your glasses get all steamed up. Mots? What are you doing here? No, we can catch up later. Right now, I need your help. Help me kick these poachers out before they do anything else. They've been catching Pokemon here and selling them off. Are you ready? You take that one, please. What? Who says we can't do what we want with the Pokemon we catch? Kick them into the freezing ocean. Team Rocket grunt. Nothing else. I have a team that does very well against flying types. I managed to unintentionally do something I feel like I almost always end up doing, which is making a team that's where half the team is weak against ground. Like, almost always either like half my team's weak against ground or half of them are weak against ice. Also, I should note that once again, Dot has shown no interest in me all day until I started streaming. You know, like she asked me to put some food out for her, but that's been about it. Parish song? No, I'm not in a very wolfy mood right now. We didn't plan on this. Who'd ever do that? Haha. Huh. So despicable. Oops, sorry. So despicably weak. You, tell me, where have you taken the captured Pokemon? I'm smashing your ring once and for all. No way, I ain't telling you that. If you won't confess, we'll deep freeze you. My Lapras is furious for what you've done to its friends. Go, Lapras. Ice Beam. Okay, I'll talk. Pokemon in the Rocket Warehouse on 5 Island. Here, I said it. We'll be going now. I doubt you'll ever make it to the Rocket Warehouse. Mots, thank you. That was awful. No, the team I had in Scarlet had Fire, Steel, Electric, and Rock type. Turn you into the sequel to the Deep Fried meme, a Deep Freeze meme. I was born and raised here on these islands. I had no idea those horrible criminals were loose. Okay, just saying the same thing again. We must go stop the evil, but first, let's explore some more. Nothing, okay. Dot keeps reaching for my controller hand. I am currently scratching her head with the same hand holding my Joy-Con. Kitty wants to play. She wants to be the center of attention is what she wants. Okay, time to run around in circles till we find another Delibird. Man, it must be a low encounter rate. I got lucky and then I fucked it up. Damn it. Also, you do have to keep in mind that, like, since this is Generation 3, this physical special split hasn't been implemented yet. So, Waterfall and Surf are both special attacks, which does make it a little more annoying when you have to have multiple on the same Pokemon, because you basically have two almost identical moves. Come on, you bite. Well, Ben did mention that he's been playing some Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. What games have you guys been rocking with lately? I want to get back to playing some Mina the Hollower, but I've been very ADHD lately. So it's been hard for me to stick to anything. I did actually, a couple days ago, just pull out my... Well, I say pull out. It's literally right here in the living room. But I hooked up my Super Nintendo, and I played some Tetris Attack. Just on my Super Nintendo, just put my phone, like, far enough away where I had to get up to go look at it. You know, I still knew where it was. You know, it's just like I put it in a table where I'd have to get up and walk to it instead of it being within arm's reach. And it was just, like, so therapeutic just playing Tetris Attack on my Super Nintendo. For anyone not familiar, Tetris Attack is the original North American release of Panel de Pon. The thing is, with the Tetris Attack version, instead of having Lip and the other fairy characters, it has Yoshi. And it's interesting because a lot of the background art and atmosphere and stuff wasn't changed. A lot of the music wasn't changed. They did add in some Yoshi's Island music, but they basically just swapped in Yoshi's Island characters. And it's not really that noticeable. It's a Yoshi puzzle game. That doesn't narrow it down. True. Panel de Pon / Puzzle League / Tetris Attack is interesting because it's had a lot of skins placed on it. Like, more than Puyo Puyo has. So just playing Diamond. Switch should be back by Friday. Looking forward to getting back to the games on there. That's cool. What's your team looking like in Diamond right now, Maddie? Are you playing a fresh playthrough, or are you just digging around in post-game stuff on an older file? Green got roped into old Deadlock, huh? See, that's the thing, is just like, I just kind of try to stay out of online-only games. I don't fundamentally think they're bad or anything. A lot of them have really cool ideas and designs and stuff. It's just like... TCG Pocket is really the only endless kind of game that I play. Yo, 7th, how you doing today on this lovely Tuesday evening? Doing some Emerald Elite 4 grinding. Been a long time ago. Started it in 2019. Just been exploring, catching, messing around in the underground. That's cool. That is a wonderful thing about going to an old Pokemon save file, is, like, you can just... It's like going to, like, you know, your favorite mall or something when you were a kid. You can just... And that's, like, one of the few that's still the same and stuff. You can just walk around, enjoy stuff. It's comfy, but it always has something to offer. Been looking into playing Final Fantasy IX again, picking up Trails Through Daybreak for my birthday. Sweet. See, that's the thing is, like, the other major game I've been juggling besides Mina has been, the Trails in the Sky First Chapter remake. And, oh boy, I love it so much. It's so good. A part of me really does, like, want to, like, I have the original on PC, like, the original version of, Trails in the Sky. But while this is pretty uncommon for me, something about the remake just hits better. And I'm not sure how to describe it. But yeah, I also want to finish my Final Fantasy IX playthrough that I've been doing on my original PlayStation. I plugged that in and played it for a while a few days ago, too. Just because, again, it's like, it is very therapeutic to plug in... Ooh, hell yeah, Ice Beam. Let's go ahead and put that over Confuse Ray. But it is very therapeutic to play a game on a console without any kind of connectivity at all. You know, it's just this very you and the game, and nothing can distract you or anything. Okay, gonna go heal up the cuties real quick and save, then we'll come back for Delibird hunting. Because it will drive me up the freaking wall if I don't get this Delibird. I'm starting to realize this is why it takes me 200 hours to finish games. No, what really takes me 200 hours is I am a chronic rose smeller. Because the devs made so many wonderful, amazing things, and I want to see them all. Gonna go for Excalibur 2? No. Cole. I can do a lot of things, but playing games quickly is not one of them. You basically have to be a speedrunner to get Excalibur 2. And I'm whatever the opposite of a speedrunner is. Instead of stopping and smelling the roses, you stop and play the story. Whooper! Oh, I wish Whoopie was here. Whoopa! Whoopie time! A slow walker? Does Whoopi have a signature drink? I don't really know. When it walks around on the ground, it coats its body with a slimy, poisonous film. I do that too. It's a good way to keep people from touching you. Okay, so I know on her other socials Whoopi goes by Min, so I'm trying to think of something Min that's drink related. Or maybe it's mean, mine, I'm not sure how. I've never heard it pronounced out loud, but... Minute Maid Mintini? Mint tea? Actually, I think I will go with mint tea. Space. But like it's a pun. It's minty. Yay, we got a whoop. Let's go ahead and save so we don't lose our whoop. Come on, Delibird. Where are you, Delibird? Oh, and I think I mentioned this on Blue Sky, but you know, with because we actually did finish Kirby's Adventure. I think it was the last stream last Tuesday. And with the game fresh in my mind, I decided to just go back and play some of the 3DS 3D Classics port. And wow, it is actually insane how different the game feels when it's not chugging half the time. Also, an interesting thing I noticed, because you guys know that the GBA game Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland, which I think I showed on the stream for a couple of minutes once, is a remake of Kirby's Adventure. But the thing is, both the 3D Classics version of Kirby's Adventure and Nightmare in Dreamland do not fully restore your HP when you do a minigame, which makes me wonder if the fact that the minigames do in the NES version of Kirby's Adventure is some kind of oversight. It's the best version of the game. It makes me so sad that it is not only locked to the 3DS, but it was a digital purchase on the 3DS. So, like, you can't even go buy, like, you can't even go hunt down a physical copy of it or something. I wish they had made, like, a 3D Classics cartridge for, like, you know, like $29.99. It just has all the 3D Classics on one 3DS cartridge. They're just bullies. Yeah, should have did it because Sega did with their 3D Classics line. Also, I guess you guys get a free random game fact. The 3D Classics line, the art for the first one, is done by Ken Sugimori, who's actually a huge Sega fan. As in, like, the artist who draws a lot of the Pokemon art, Ken Sugimori. Also, Rain redeemed a hot take earlier, and I did not forget. I'm just trying to think of which a hot take I have not used yet. The thoughts are thinking. Okay, here's my hot take, and it's going to be another kind of positive one. I think that for all of its issues, the I think his handle on Twitter or something is like 32XII or something like that. But for all of its issues, I think the Virtual Boy was actually pretty darn cool. Hi, LD. How are you doing today on this lovely Tuesday evening? Squirrel, my favorite squirrel. But the Virtual Boy had a lot of really cool stuff going for it. First of all, it was in 16:9, and it had a crystal clear digital display if you actually played it on original hardware. It was probably the highest resolution and best looking as far as, like, clarity games from that era. Which, you know, not having to display on a, you know, TV or anything, it had that bonus. And also, the Virtual Boy controller is fantastic. It is very comfortable. And it did the thing with 2 D-pads, which seems really weird now, but they function kind of like dual analog does on a lot of modern games. And for games like Red Alarm, you can actually control, like, the pitch and yaw of the ship with the different D-pads, similar to a modern dual analog setup. It also actually had, like, back triggers instead of shoulder buttons. So it was a very forward-thinking controller. And it always made me a little sad that a lot of its innovations did not get carried over to the N64. Actually, it took, like, decades for a lot of the innovations of it to carry over. Okay. Saw you stream and showered as fast as possible. Which is like 20 minutes. That's fair. And also, I understand the 20-minute shower. You gotta get yourself clean. And also, you know, possibly got to have a time when you can be alone and no one will try to bother you. I feel like long showers are like therapeutic for neurodivergent people. So emote is still hilarious to look at, affectionate. Oh no, it's wonderful. Maddie actually drew it. It is, it brings me great joy. Also, it's funny, in the modern games, I think actually starting in Gen 9, Delibird just has a normal moveset now. Because for most of the time it's existed, its only learnable move was present, and anything else you wanted to teach it had to be with a TM. Long showers are therapeutic in general, that's fair. It nests at the edge of sharp cliffs. It spends all day carrying food to its awaiting chicks. Okay, let's go ahead and go with... What? Hot cocoa. You know, I actually bought myself a box of Swiss Miss hot chocolate. That is still in my cabinet. I bought it when the weather was cool, and I completely forgot to ever make any of it. Though that also ties into one of my, it's not something I ever thought was weird, but apparently it's probably a neurodivergent thing. But, I like to just rip open a pack of hot chocolate, put it in a bowl, and eat it with a spoon. Like, without putting any water in it. It's like also the majority of the time when I eat oatmeal, I just take it out of the packet, put it in a bowl, and eat it with a spoon with no water. Have some Swiss Miss too. I should have some. Keep forgetting to get hot cocoa mix from the store. I miss it. Well, that's why it's called Swiss Miss. Oh. Alrighty, let's go ahead and put V8 back on the team and head to 5 Island. Look at that cutie. Quirky, just like the real Whoopi. Put her there in box tree. And go ahead and grab hot cocoa. Okay, you seem very lonely in box 4. Here, let me bring you a friend. It's like eating the powder, just dump it in the mouth from the pack, too. I mean, I've done that, too. Alright. Let's go ahead and grab your raspberry. Ooh, look at that sprite scaling. Alright. The mix has more noticeable salt taste, probably because of the salt. You can never be too sure. That you don't really taste in the drink. Yeah, I noticed that too. Though I think it gives it a good flavor balance, but honestly, all of the powdery texture with the balance of flavor of like the salt and the sweet, it probably just tickles my brain in just such a way. Other 5 Island. We're getting busier around these parts lately. Haven't been catching many good fish either. Ooh, can I go surfing? Water labyrinth. Uh-oh, don't tell Sonic about this place. The people yearn to eat sand. Constrict is such a weird move because it's like, I think base 10 or 20 power. And I think it has a possibility to lower speed. But I think it's got like 20 or 25 PP. It's like, why is this move so bad? Resort Gorgeous. The angle, it's not quite right there. Oh, it's supposed to be where you're from. Oh, whoa. No. Painter Reina. I love how Smeargle always looks like it's completely, like, with the big eye bags, like it's completely exhausted. Just like a real artist. Oh, my feelings, they are blue. The sky and the sea, they're so fickle. Their changing expressions make them difficult to capture. Makes sense they finally dumped Constrict. Yeah, there are some moves where I feel like dumping them was weird or a bizarre choice, but no, Constrict is one of those, it's like, why has it been in the game this long? Go back. Ah, there you are. Dang. I'm visiting a friend's retreat, if you must know. You're the one who started the conversation like that. Lady Jackie. Hop it, we're getting lots of Gen 2 cuties. She's so cute. What? She's mine now. Me right now. I am Smeargle. Honestly, LD, I cannot help but think of that chibi director from Tomodachi that you drew a few days ago. I'm like, that is just such a mood. Sending Seltzer in because he has the amulet coin. But yeah, the rich girl design in Firered and Leaf Green is very, very to your tastes. Also, like, speaking of moves changing, okay, Micaiah, form sentences with your mouth. I absolutely love the glow up they gave Leech Life. Because I remember playing, because for context, every Pokemon game since Black and White, I have played completely blind aside from what was officially shown off. So I remember playing Sun and Moon and, you know, finding the Leech Life TM, and I'm like, why did they make a TM for Leech Life? And, then... Oh my, so strong. 20,000 yen, let's freaking go. And then I'm like, wait, it has a base power of 80? I find it pleasurable to leisurely battle in the gentle sea breeze. I mean, if you want to find something pleasurable... Okay, no, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. Excuse me, I'm trying to paint. Please keep out of my sight. The director's face. It's so good. Soif. I curse you with wet dog smell. Goes 100% me. Get out of my sight while I'm drawing. This loss, I feel like I'm whiting out. I'm thinking of having a pool made specially for Pokemon. Jillian. With the Mareep. Oh shit, maybe I can actually get Mareeps in this game, unlike Crystal. I mean, I'm glad I got to use Magneton. That was wonderful. I love Magneton so much. But it just doesn't feel like Johto without Mareep. I remembered I have a ground type. Though I admit, whenever I fight any of these, the rich guys or rich ladies, I'm 100% sending out my amulet coin user. Or holder. But yeah, that's our LD. You know, she'll just go, like, hide herself in her room for, like, 6 to 10 hours and come out with the most gorgeous woman with the most complicated hair you've ever seen. Falafel. Really fun bit of Mikhail lore, I guess. Kubi and I met on Miiverse, and I put out a Pokemon... There's like a Pokemon art request post, which I know giving away free art on request sounds crazy now, but that was just kind of a thing on Miiverse. It was kind of a trend for a little bit. And one of the people who put in a request was Kubi, who requested me to draw a Flaffy. And that's the first time we met, and we became friends not too long after. And not long after that, I met Maddie and Kyle and a bunch of other cool people. Oh my goodness gracious. Big money. A pool would be nice, but I must say a sunroom would be sublime. Sorry, I had to take a moment to big yawn. Selfie's house. Oh shit, Final Fantasy VIII crossover? Go ahead and put Red Bull back in the front slot. So cool, though. I love random encounters that turn into ages-long friendships. I mean, interestingly, I feel like that's most of my friendships. Because I'm pretty sure with you, LD, I know you because Kubi retweeted some of your art on Twitter, like, several years ago. And then I looked over your account and I'm like, oh, this art's pretty cool. I guess I'll follow her. There's no one here in Selfie's house. Cinnabar Gym Leader Blaine. Blaine is said to remove his dark shades only when he's thinking up new quiz questions. Okay, it's the same magazine. But yeah, that actually should add to our fame checker. Professor Oak reportedly lives with his grandchildren Daisy and Silvio. Because yeah, we basically have a little index of things we can learn about all the different gym leaders and celebrities and all that stuff. Oh, we got Blaine's filled out. Lorelai, Bruno, Agatha, Lance, Bill, Fuji. Can't learn anything about cancel, though. Every time I try to click on their name, it just takes me out of the menu. How weird. With these hands, I will create my victory. Gotta catch these hands. Painter Daisy. About Schmiergel. See, that's the thing. As much as I actually do like Smeargle, the shame of this, I'm red-faced. As much as I do like Smeargle, it is really difficult to use one in a playthrough because its stats are criminally low. Uh-oh, my paint tubes have scattered everywhere. I'm a good runner. I'm really fast. It's always neat when friendships form like that. Youngster Destin. Get Dodrioed. That I am very lucky, very fortunate, and very happy to have the friends that I do. Oops, I rush things. When I run like with the wind, it feels like I could fly. Most of my online friendships are also people just randomly saw my art. See, the director's so powerful, she's bending reality to make sure you're not alone. Oh, it keeps going. I say, this marine life here at this resort agrees with me. What, did you, like, put up a Twitter poll for them or something? Toby! With a Poliwhirl. Poliwhirl all stanced up. Tentacle. Man, I sure love clicking Drill Pack. And that's always one of the things where it's like, with a lot of the post-game areas in Pokemon, you know, of course they're not going to have all the new trainers be as strong or stronger than the Elite Four. But you just kind of get this thing where they're not really weak enough for you to just grab random Pokemon to have different stuff on your team. So you end up in this thing where, like, you know, your main team kind of hoses everything. It's a shocker. You must be joking. But your main team kind of just hoses everything for most of the post-game. I think the only one that doesn't really do that is Black and White, which creates this funny thing in the opposite direction. So serious over this. How nonsensical. Where, like, with Black and White, you'll, you know, you'll beat the game, and then you'll just encounter, like, a preschooler with a Weedle that's a higher level than the Elite Four. I thought this was an ancient ruin, but it's teeming with ghosts. Ghost? Ruin Maniac Lawson. Earthquake. Graveler with the grabby hands. The Graveler. Actually, I don't think any Ruin Maniacs appear in the main game, do they? So I guess that's a trainer class that you more would see only in, like, the Sevii Islands. I know Ruin Maniacs are in a lot of the other Pokemon games and, like, the main quest and stuff. But I'm just thinking, like, Firered and Leaf Green. I think this is the first one. Mercy! Hey. I return with sandwich. Welcome back, Cole. And welcome back to your sandwich. I have to be nosy. You have to tell me what kind of sandwich it is. I'm trying to get out of here, but I always end up at the same spot. Maybe the number of boulders would be a hint. 3 of them. It's a lot more. Ham and cheese. Okay. Okay, so it's this one, then up. Okay. Not much of a hint if you don't have the context, right? Okay. It's right, up, left? No? Okay, right, up, right? No. Right, up, down. I think there's a mysterious power at work in this cave. Psychic Laura with a Natu. Also, it's easy to lose the context of it nowadays, but it was actually really wild finally seeing Generation 2 Pokemon in a Game Boy Advance game, because outside from a handful in Ruby and Sapphire, you know, like, I think Slugma and Skarmory most famously, you know, there were only 67 out of the 251 Pokemon from the first 2 generations were in Ruby or Sapphire. And of course, in Fire Red and Leaf Green, for the first entirety of the main quest, you just have Gen 1 Pokemon, so... If you don't go through the right tunnel, you won't get ahead. Earlier, a lady went into the caves ahead. Sea incense. That is the item that you can give to a Meryl when it's breeding, and you can get an Azumarill. Or Azurill, excuse me. This is Generation 3 Mikaea. Still on Crystal Autopilot. I mean, you will get an Azumarill eventually, true. Punch that ghost! Hi, Big Kyle. How are you doing today on this lovely Tuesday evening? Ghost Puncher! just in case you get grabbed by the ghoulies. Let's go ahead and go to Fiv Island. Getting over being sick, doing better than yesterday. Well, I'm glad you're doing better, at least. I get it. Sorry, but every time I just hear Goku from Dragon Ball Z Abridged, like, I get it, way in the background. Five Island, Chrono Island, where time goes. What is that supposed to mean? Well, this stinks. I wanted to play in the meadow, but they put a weird building on it, so I can't play there. The meadow has belonged to our family for generations. I should have had a giant mansion built on it. It'd be preferable to having those thugs run wild on it. Time does indeed goes. It's true. Don't worry about buying anything for dinner tonight. That's what my husband said when he went off fishing today. Not sure if I can count on him to live up to that promise. I hate fishing, but I love my wife. So my favorite thing when it comes to character designs is where they holster the weapon if they have one. Let's take that. I also love when like non-weapon things that are essential to a character have cool holsters. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen any of the character designs for Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, Cole, but I love that the characters have like these side holsters, like these big side holsters for like the law cards and the anti-law cards. Excuse me, hiccups. This area is strictly off limits. Out! Out! Rocket a Groot. I think the sign may say be making a pun that doesn't translate since 5 in Japanese is said like go. I could see that. You know why they have time connected to it. I feel like I'm missing some context for something, for sure. I keep forgetting I have a ground type. I admit, so many games I do not have like a ground type on my team. Not because I dislike them or anything, it's just like a lot of times I run with a fire, water, grass core, and I always want an electric type. And then for most of the older games, you have a flying type because, you know, you want to be able to use fly. And in the last slot, I always end up having like a fast sweeper, like a psychic type or something. So most of the time, I just kind of end up not having a ground type. So I forget, yeah, I can just throw Propel and take care. Gotta get a Dyson. Tactics and Tactics Advanced art is so good. It's fantastic. It really is. Is this for real? Is this the real life? You don't have any business here. Go home. Okay, later. Currently lacking one in Emerald. Because, I mean, do you know how much mental, like, self-battling I had to do to not have a fire type on my team? In this playthrough, like... Or is it Final Fantasy? guys. I'm not ending stream or anything, but I'm going to take a little break. I got to run to the bathroom and stuff. So I'll be back in just a couple minutes. I'm going to go ahead and run some ads, put on some music. And if you guys would probably go ahead and take this opportunity to stretch, grab something to drink if you need to. And I'll be back in a few.
Right in front of me, that's where I found an empty glass, reflecting that's a truth. It's telling words not to be told. I need that mask. I'm a shapeshifter at this masquerade, hiding both face and mind, all free for you to draw. to see me. Just a cage of bones, there's nothing inside. Will it always be burning down the walls? Is there a way for me to break? I'm a sharpshooter at Post Masquerade, hiding both face and mind, all free for you to throw. I'm a shapeshifter, have no face to show. Please don't take off my mask, my disguise.
I am back, cuties. Yeah, give me just a sec here. Got a little lens wipe. I'm cleaning off my glasses. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Thank you, Maddie. Alrighty, hope everybody is refreshed, restored, and ready for more incidents here. Alrighty, let's send Team Rocket packing. Fucking yeah, Hydra City Act 2. Okay. Since I'm not doing anything super important, we can finish Hydro City while we run through the grass here. Because yes, this theme slaps so freaking hard. When I get to the Team Rocket building, we'll go ahead and switch back to the regular music. But I love this song too, so it's an excuse for me to do that. Favorite Sonic song? Honestly, super valid. It's one of those songs where you just like get up and start hitting the dance floor as soon as it comes on. It's like, with both Sonic and Kirby, they knew what they were doing by making sure the games had a sound test. Is the music not playing, Maddie? Oh, come on. Song's composed by Shinobi 3's composer. Oh, sweet. Okay, I accidentally muted the wrong thing. I was trying to mute just the game audio, but it stands on its tail so it can see a long way. If it spots an enemy, it cries loudly to warn its kind. Yeah, the Shinobi games are, like, all really good. I feel like they get lost in the, lost in the whole thing of where people just associate the Genesis with just Sonic. Because kind of Shinobi was one of the big marquee titles, especially because there's, like, Shadow Dancer and Revenge of Shinobi. There's some of the big marquee arcade ports for the Genesis. I actually do really want to play Shinobi Legions or Shinobi X or whatever on Saturn. It's like one of the few games in the series I haven't touched at all. And, I mean, part of it's because it's never been re-released, and it also gets, like, poked fun at a lot just for the, you know, the Mortal Kombat-esque pre-rendered graphics. Also, the Shinobi game on PS2 is just freaking amazing. I love that Hotsumo is in Project Cross Zone. I'm trying to think if I named anybody Frappe yet. I feel like that'd be super obvious, but... oh well, I'll just go change it later if we have another Frappe. You'd be wasting time even if you were to get by me. I think this is the first female rocket grunt in the game. Because they're all male in red, blue, and yellow. And Fire Red and Leaf Green keeps that pretty accurate to the original and stuff, so... why the hell do I still have Tackle at level 55? There's already a name-changing appointment for a certain Nog, so we can go in then. I'd love... dude, they really just need to port Project Cross Zone to Switch. Or anything else. I don't know. Why do you? That's my answer, Rain. Well, I don't want Venusaur to only have, like, one grass attack and a bunch of status moves. And I'm also a little baby bitch when it comes to using TMs. But I mean, Venusaur can learn Strength. Why didn't I just teach it Strength? I mean, that's better than Tackle. Literally, objectively, it's a normal type move with no downsides that does more damage. I forgot to read her text. You won't be able to get in without the passwords anyway. Okay. What could I teach my little Venusaur baby? Fortunately, I do not think he can learn Brick Break. Let's try. No. Can't imagine it would be hard to wrangle Sega, Namco, and Capcom for a re-release. Yeah, that's the thing, is like, it's not licensing anything outside the world of video games or anything. Yeah, I'm just going to teach him Strength over Tackle. There'll probably be something else I can teach him later, and I can just go to the move deleter. Because, I mean, like, one at least good thing with a lot of stuff is I feel like companies are much more willing to work together on collaborative projects and stuff. I guess Segata Sanshiro. I don't know. I don't know if it's that much of an issue. There's nothing past here except our warehouse. So what brings you here? I mean, I still can't get over Capcom and their people going out of their way to settle, like, every freaking legal issue and licensing issue for Tatsunoko versus Capcom just to make sure it could get an international release. Because the thing is, like, all of those Tatsunoko properties had been, like, farmed out to different rights holders internationally, so they basically had to make all of them get along. It's like, I feel like it's not appreciated enough just how much of a little miracle an international release of Tatsunoko versus Capcom existing at all even is. Sorry, I had a tiny little cough. Yeah. Project Cross Zone 2, that's right, because Cross Zone 2 literally has like Xenoblade and Fire Emblem characters. I don't think there'd be anything that's stopping Cross Zone 1 from getting a yeah, if it ever got a port, it's definitely going to be Switch exclusive, yeah. It is really funny to me, though, when the Project Cross Zone games came out, almost none of the games featured had been on a Nintendo console at any point. Because off the top of my head, I know it's like Shining Force EXA, to this day, is still PS2 exclusive. Which that was an insane pull, even for the time. It's even more insane now. Like Tales of Vesperia was Xbox 360 and PS3 only. The Devil May Cry series has still not had a single Nintendo entry. Really nice. I think I'm going to head out for tonight. Good night, Cole. Have a wonderful evening. Something's about to happen. You want to know what's inside this warehouse? Better you didn't know. For your own sake, I mean. There's like Resonance of Fate, which was PS3 and 360. Goldie, need log. Another password's needed to open the door. Ooh, I see an item. Yeah, like, because the Yakuza games were featured. And, again, I think those were all PlayStation exclusive at that point. It is really weird that that series was just PlayStation exclusive until, like, a couple years ago. With the one exception of, like, a Japan-only Wii U remaster that also came out on PlayStation 3 of the first two PS2 games. And it's so funny. Yeah, the Wii U port, yeah. And it is so funny because, like, apparently for a while, Sega was using that as their reasoning why they didn't try to put Yakuza on Nintendo consoles. And it's like, guys, I don't think it was the Nintendo audience. I think it was the Wii U. Shit, there was something I wanted to do. Let's go into no room for items in my storage. What? I don't feel like I have that much stored. I guess I'll sell these two Stardusts. Jeez, I didn't really know it was that limited. Kind of shocked there was no Sonic in any of the Project Cross Zone games. Well, that's the thing, like, there's a game called Namco Cross Capcom that's basically the first game in that series. It's, like, mostly the same dev team, everything. And it has, like, Klonoa in it. Keep in mind, there's no Sega involvement. But one thing I noticed is that Project Cross Zone, like, neither of the Project Cross Zone games have any of the anthropomorphic characters or characters with bizarre proportions or anything. They're all pretty much humanoid or just human characters. Wait, does one island not have a shop either? But yeah, like, there's no Pac-Man in Project Cross Zone either. Also, didn't think any franchise represented was from an E-rated game. It was all T and up. Trying to think here, rolling it around in the brain space once again. I mean, technically the original release of Mega Man X4 is rated E for everyone. Because X and Zero in that game draw almost completely from X4. Though, honestly, I don't really think Mega Man X4 should be rated E for everyone. Because I know the Mega Man X Legacy collections have a T for teen rating, and I feel like that's the better rating for the X series in general, except like maybe the first three. You could probably get away with an E for everyone, but... Six Island, Fortune Island of Aged Wisdom. Game had literal robot blood. Yeah, which apparently is okay for everyone, according to the ESRB in 1997. There's nothing that young people find exciting here on this island, but it's a good place in terms of nature and history. Relax and enjoy your stay. I should buy some mail and write him a letter. Play with Pokemon lots and live a long life. Take Agatha, for example. She set a record for being the oldest ever Elite Four member. She spurs me to do bigger things. I think 25 should be fine for now. Will bear the print of the Pokemon holding it. Now, I'm actually trying to think if there are any other, like, E-rated games featured in Project Cross Zone. Lepaberry. Hey, Mots, how's your Pokédex filling up? Looks like it's impossible to get all the Pokemon by hanging around just these parts. Maybe there are Pokemon we don't know about somewhere far away. Well, if I can't do it, there's no way for you to get it done. I'm not gonna get all desperate over this. I'll keep collecting Pokemon at my own pace while I train them. That's what I'll do, so there's no point in staying here. May as well leave for home. Well, that's that. Smell you later. You know of any Pokemon that evolve? You know of Pokemon that evolve upon trading, yes? But did you know there are still others? Some Pokemon evolve only when trading while holding specific items. For 10 years I've searched for ruins. No, make that 20 years. This feeling there's something hidden on this island. I mean, I actually have noticed that a good majority of the Project Cross Zone franchises are RPGs. Which, I mean, makes sense. The game is an RPG itself, so... I'm practicing in secret so no one can see me. Except me seeing you right now. Juggler Edward. Bell time. I do actually really appreciate that Capcom, like with all of the Legacy Collection re-releases, has just let the uncensored versions of the Mega Man games just be available. Because, like, for example, with the Japanese versions of the Mega Man Zero games, there's a lot more oil flying everywhere when some of the robots get destroyed. But then again, I feel like it's pretty obvious to Capcom at this point that the majority of the Mega Man fan base is not kids anymore. There's nothing wrong with a series being for kids, and there's nothing wrong with enjoying a series primarily targeted at kids if you're an adult. I mean, I'm literally here playing Pokemon for you online. But it's like, I feel like some franchises age with their audience because, you know, some, like Pokemon and Super Mario, stay, like, you know, the next generation of kids also is interested in those. Nobody saw me losing, right? But, like, there are some franchises, I feel like Mega Man is an example, where a specific generation gets interested in them, and it's mostly that generation that sticks with it. As a performer, I don't want people to know about the effort I put in. Understandable. Searching every empty tile of grass. Not feeling so great, gonna head off for the night. Have a good night. Everyone, good night, Rain. I hope you have a good, comfy sleep. I hope you feel better tomorrow. See, Crash is another one in that camp. Yeah, definitely. Crash Bandicoot, for sure, I feel like it was a kid's series that is now more like a series for people who grew up in the 90s. Or people interested in franchises from the 90s. Because I haven't actually played Crash Bandicoot 4. Mostly because I feel like I've heard and seen that the 100% experience is kind of miserable. But from what I've heard, like, yeah, it seems like it's really good anyway. I might pick it up someday if I find it at a good price. But aren't there like a couple hells and dams in some of the game's dialogue? Because I know it has an E10, but I'm pretty sure the Insane Trilogy got an E10 when it came out too, even though I don't think there's anything in particular in there that seems like it would need it. But then again, random Kirby games also have E10 ratings, so... Dingodile says bastards, that's amazing. Because, I mean, like, I don't think I've ever mentioned it on stream, but I actually did grow up with the original Crash trilogy on PlayStation. So it's like, it's weird, though, because I had almost zero desire to play any Crash Bandicoot games beyond the 3 for PS1 and Crash Team Racing. Because even back then when I was a kid, I kind of knew that Naughty Dog wasn't working on them anymore. And stuff like Wrath of Cortex just didn't interest me. Tell me, where are the mountains around these parts? Like I said, that doesn't count for Crash 4. I might give that a look, because it's definitely made with the idea of continuing what the original PS1 trilogy did, as far as, like, game design goes. But also, you know, the fact that, like, the PS1 era is also, well, that and a little bit of the late Super Nintendo era with, like, Mario RPG, Final Fantasy VI. But the PS1 era is really when my primary interest in video games moved from being about platformers to RPGs. I lost my way while I was busy battling. GBA games legit interested me more than the post-PS1 console games. I've actually heard that, like, Huge Adventure was pretty good. Because it's basically like... Because there were already 2D levels in the PS1 games, so it's just basically a portable game full of 2D Crash levels, which is pretty neat. These mountains... Aren't there any mountains around these parts? Zoom and zoom and zoom and zoom and zoom in. Granted, I should probably, like... try out... Ooh, not to! I should probably try out... maybe I'll try out Huge Adventure... Raise his eyebrow any way I can sometime in the near future. I do always wonder, though, because, like, with Crash, you know, Naughty Dog lost the rights because of a whole debacle with Universal Studios and all that stuff. Because the rights were getting shuffled around. Well, I guess Sony lost the rights, not necessarily Naughty Dog. But I do always wonder if the first Jak and Daxter would have been a, like a more open Crash Bandicoot game. Also, yes. You don't play the GBA games, don't play Crash... I know Crash Purple and Spiral Orange are not very good. I've watched enough Kid Icarus. It usually forages for food on the ground, but may, on rare occasions, hop onto branches and peck at shoots. Decided I'm going to pick up Xenoblade on the Switch 2. Hell yeah! I know the physical for Xenoblade 1 Switch 2 Edition is out right now. But that's awesome! I'm so excited! You have to tell me all about your playthrough. Natu's nickname. Are we gonna stream it? Hell yeah! Leads to the next question, okay. Interested in being a stream guest? Sure, that'd be really cool. I've never guested on a stream before, but I'm willing to give it a try. That'd be awesome. Just let me know and we can set everything up and all that. Oh boy, my brain is flatlining. Figure I'm gonna need some help coming to grips with the game system, so I'd like live guidance. Yeah, I'd be more than happy to help. Oh my gosh, I cannot think of the name of those things. Ah, okay, I remember now. Some.help. No, what gets me on the mobile phone with the dot typos all the time is if you double tap space too fast, it will like end the sentence with like a decimal period. You know what I mean? Words. Oops, I was not paying attention. That was level 15 Natu. Oops. Sorry, little Natu. Okay. We go, and then we go, and then we go, shed. Wait, aha, we'll go, and boom, haha, got it. Sunstone. One of the few Gen 2 evolutions you can get without doing any trading. Another Whoopee. Honestly, just like, I love seeing all the Gen 2 Pokemon. It makes me even sadder that you can't really play through the main story with them in Firered and Leaf Green. Wow, my bad. Roadblocks, but I thought wrong. I thought I got roadblocked for a minute there, too. All right, Ultra Ball time. Also, in the later games, they actually did change it to where you don't need the special incense to get stuff like Bonsly or Azurill or Why Not or anything. If you just breed a Pokemon normally, in the more recent games, you just get the lowest baby form. Shit, why did I click sleep powder again? Girl, wake up. Can't wake up. I mean, like, I kind of understand why they changed it originally to probably have some kind of, like, in-universe consistency. You know, like, why wasn't Azurill in the previous games then? But, you know, it's just like, nah, we'll just make it work normally. Like it makes sense to work. It is an interesting thing about Pokemon, though, is that basically the series is in a constant state of being retconned. It doesn't really bother me, because, like, with a lot of video game long-running series, unless it's a series like Kingdom Hearts or Metal Gear or something, I don't think about the continuity and how anything connects to each other unless the game is specifically drawing attention to it for the story. You know, like, I don't sit there in Legends Arceus thinking, like, oh, the geographical layout isn't consistent with Diamond and Pearl! You know, it's just like, no, this is just Legends Arceus. I'm not that worried about it. To keep its pitch-black tail hidden, it lives quietly in the darkness. It's never first to attack. You go, Wobbuffet, you're getting named after one of McDonald's new shitty sodas. I'm joking. It's just, I think they're called dirty sodas or something, and I keep getting progressively, like... It's like with a dirty Dr. Pepper, you know, it's the defiled Dr. Pepper. The filthy Dr. Pepper. The Dr. Pepper whose sin controls its life. Do you find it interesting for Pokemon every now and then they throw out some neat little lore bits? Yeah, that's really fun. Burb. I love Natu and Xatu. They're kind of one of those, like, Pokemon I've always kind of wanted to use in a playthrough, but can never really find the right playthrough and the right time to slot them in there. Corrupted beyond comprehension, not even its own mother recognizes its soda. Spearow. You know, with some Pokemon, like, really obtuse evolution methods, like Farfetch, like Galarian Farfetch, I mean, you know, we have to get 3 critical hits in one fight. I wonder how confused some people were stumbling onto that, like, playing the game blind. Or, you know, just being a kid and not having a million things, you know, not always being on the internet to look up everything. Thought you were reading off the Pokemon description and not Maddie's comment. I was like, that's so sad. It's okay, LD. I'm sorry, I do forget that a lot of you probably just listen to me in the background, which is totally cool. I'm happy you guys do that. But you know that, like, a lot of the stuff, since I just read everything off so nonchalantly. Pokemon Sun and Moon Pokédex is only for the Mega Evolutions. Turns out this Mega Evolution's actually fucked up and evil and makes the Pokemon miserable. You guys are getting rid of Mega Evolutions in the next game, aren't you? Why would you think that? A battle with you so high up? I have your stream up on my main monitor, looking down at my art my display to draw, so I missed some stuff. No, that's okay. Like I said, like, my streams are very much ones that you can have as, like, your background stuff while you work on something. That's actually a secret part of the reason why I read a lot of the comments out loud, too. When this Pokemon Mega Evolves, it becomes 4 months behind on paying rent from a 30-day notice before eviction. No! Not my beloved Kangaskhan, she's a single mother! Dual-wielding streams on my phone and tablet and playing Emerald on TV, the peak ADHD experience. Oh, the heartbreak of losing so easily to you. Experience the joy of climbing. Okay, we go bop, and then we go bop, and then we go the Roxas tactics. 1 full restore. How can we beat those heartless? Oh. Oh wait, shit, I should probably not just randomly attack a Wobbuffet. Uh-oh. Okay, phew. Here. Here. Let's go move V8 back to the front. I'm pretty familiar with the land around these parts. Pokemaniac Hector, which is also the name of the main character from Castlevania Curse of Darkness, which is like one of my mom's top 5 favorite games. Fun fact, I mean, I guess technically still does, but my mom had Hector as her lock screen on her phone, the art from the cover of Castlevania Curse of Darkness, for over 10 years. And, like, I still own her phone, and he was on the lock screen still, so. Mom would change, like, the wallpaper to different stuff, but it was always Hector on that lock screen. I actually would like to stream the PS2 Castlevanias. They're really good, and I feel like they just do not get enough love. Especially Curse of Darkness, because, like, It has like a whole monster companion customization system with like branching evolution paths and stuff. You don't need to be so pushy. I'll be happy to tell you. The door to the ruins has these strange patterns engraved on the outside. I don't know what they mean, though. Natu. There appear to be many secrets still unsolved in this world. Like, where does that second sock end up after you take everything out of the dryer? Rune Maniac Stanley with his graveler. Oh, it's raining outside. Stanley the Bugman. Didn't know he reappeared in Pokemon. Yeah, after he retired from donking his Kong, he had to. He became a Ruin Maniac. After his wonderful career of spraying bug spray up Donkey Kong's ass. Level 53. Look at that HP. Holy fucking shit. Or level 57. Dyslexia. My boy is thick. I suggest to you that you, too, give a thought to the secrets and mysteries of our world one day. Gotta check every rock for hidden items, because I am like that. I'm curious, what compelled you to come here? I apologize, all of the Ruin Maniacs have British accents. They're all Henry Hatsworth. Ruin Maniac Foster. Also, fun random fact, Henry Hatsworth and the Henry Hatsworth and the Puzzling Adventure on DS was actually made by a bunch of ex-Madden devs who left EA. It's been so long since I battled, my instincts are off. You had one Pokemon that was 4 times weak to water. Several ruins in the Sevii Islands, the majority of them date back a long way. It's been said there are mysterious stones on this island. I suspect it has something to do with the ruins here. Larry? He does look like a Larry. I love click and surf. Okay, but low-key, a Ruin Maniac having a team full of Machoke completely makes sense. Oh, interesting. There's ruins over there. I haven't had any luck finding how I can get inside. The door doesn't budge at all. Check it more thoroughly. On closer inspection, there are several dots on the door. I don't remember visual braille. Swimming in a circle to say hi to the Whoopers. Actually, wait, give me just a sec. My Ruby and Sapphire strategy guide should be on one of the shelves behind me. Okay, so I have my Ruby and Sapphire strategy guide, but I don't remember if it actually has the visual Braille guide in it. Because, fun fact, I got my original copy of Ruby from On Cue the day the game launched, and they had a special bundle. Well, it might have already been Sam Goody at that point, but it had a special bundle that came with the game and a copy of the strategy guide. I think you use Cut. If it's the guide I'm thinking of, it's toward the back where the optional quest section is. This is the official Nintendo one. No, it goes straight from the champion, the battle tower, Sky Pillar, SS title, Elite Four. Okay, it has the sealed chamber, but damn it. Okay, this strategy guide is... Oh, there it is. It's at the very bottom of the last page. Okay. Pulling this 2003 knowledge out. Okay, we have C, U, and T. So yeah, it's just telling you to use Cut. Also, the back cover fell off of this thing, and the back page that the visual Braille list is on is like worn and tattered. Again, this thing's like 23 years old, and it was my traveling companion for a very long time and to a lot of places. Because I was one of those kids, I had my backpack, and I would have the game and the strategy guide with me, and my GBA and the charger and a sketchbook and a bunch of pencils. I don't know why anyone would think I was neurodivergent. I really need to get, it's the Prima Guide? No, actually, it's the official Nintendo Power Player's Guide. And I'm going to go put it back on the shelf before it encourages any more damage. Couldn't you have just ran your finger over the screen? Why didn't I think of that, Maddie? Though, Prima Guides were very notorious for falling to pieces. What I really need to do is I need to invest in some of those big, magazine and comic book, like the clear things, and just sleeve my smaller strategy guides into them and just take them out when I need them. That way they don't just incur random weather and dust and damage and all that stuff. Give me a second, I'm gonna put my strategy guide back up. I'm pretty sure I have a second copy of that exact same strategy guide somewhere in one of my storage totes. Because I know I bought another copy, because like you used to be able to find old strategy guides at my thrift store nearby for like $1 or $2, sometimes 50 cents. So even if I already had it, I would just buy up every Nintendo, Pokemon, Final Fantasy. I have a Sonic Adventure DX Prima guide that looks like it went through a war. Well, no, like a lot of my old guides were traveling companions. I'd bring them to friends' house. I would take them to restaurants with me, and I would read them with my food. This is what we had to do before YouTube. So we'll pick on Blue Sky later. No, I actually went ahead and took a picture of the Braille chart from my strategy guide on my phone, so now I can just grab it and reference it whenever I need to. I don't know why I never think of doing that before. Did the same thing. It was so funny because I remember my mom spontaneously because she was carrying like a really big duffel bag style purse, because she would also just keep like books and novels on her and stuff like that and every kind of everything. But I vividly remember being a little kid going out to somewhere with my mom, and she met up with a friend, and they decided like that her and her friend's daughter and we would all just go out to get something to eat. And I'm like mildly uncomfortable at the idea. And I remember we get to the restaurant, we all order. Actually, I remember it was an Outback Steakhouse, because I remember them bringing out the Bloomin' Onion. And, you know, my mom's sitting across from me, and my mom reaches into her bag and plops my Super Mario 64 strategy guide in front of me. And she's like, I thought something like this might happen. And I went, thank you. And mom's like, you can go sit at your own kids' table if you want. And I'm like, no, I want to be here with you. Actually, I don't remember it. I think I just ordered potato wedges. Now, mom literally came prepared. It was such a good moment. Because, you know, like, a lot of parents would criticize their kid for wanting to read something when they go out to eat at a restaurant. But mom's like, no, here you go. Because that's one of the few strategy guides I sadly think I lost when we moved. But, like, a lot of my strategy guides traveled with me everywhere. And got read a lot and got loved a lot. Oh, God fucking damn it. But it is funny, like, I did get criticized as a kid by some adults for wanting to read and stuff like that with food. But now literally everybody is always watching their phone or reading something on their phone while they eat. So I'm like, nope, I was just ahead of a curve. I'm so stressed if I haven't gone over the menu of a restaurant and know what I want before getting there. That's definitely understandable. Then again, I don't know. I don't really go out to eat much anywhere anymore. I mean, I only go over to McDonald's every once in a while because it is like a 1-minute walk from where I work. So a lot of times I go over there on my breaks. That, and I have so many coupons racked up in the McDonald's app that I can almost always get, like, either free or half off on something with chicken nuggets and french fries. Don't give you enough time to go over everything right. I know there's an actual rush. There isn't an actual rush, but it feels like I have to be quick on the draw. I usually just let the servers know I'm still deciding if I don't know yet. Yeah, it's just one of those things when you're already, like, socially awkward or self-conscious. It can be, like, really difficult when somebody, even though the person asking you probably doesn't care if you need extra time or not, you feel like you'll be criticized for taking too long, quotation marks or something. Like, hello, I'd like to read the entire menu, all 4 pages, please go away. Like, when you say you're still deciding, they come back within, like, 3 minutes. But see, my thing is, there are so many foods that I just flat out do not like. It's usually pretty easy for me to decide. I just find the chicken nuggets or chicken strips and whatever potato-related thing, and that's what I'm having. Seven Island. Quest Island of Infinity. This island has been left virtually untouched in its natural state. Could be a little difficult to hike around because of that. The opposite problem, I flat out get forgotten by servers. Damn. I may not look like much now, but when I was younger, I flew everywhere, challenging trainers wherever I found them. My only source of enjoyment is reminiscing about the past while watching battles. Okay, so you probably noticed there's there's a slight breeze blowing around the box. There's very definitely a door right there. In Japan, you could hook up Firered or Leaf Green to another Game Boy Advance that had an e-reader, and there were special battle cards. And you could go in here and do battles and stuff like that. And the thing is, some of these battle cards for Ruby and Sapphire actually did get released in North America. Okay, preparations are complete for me to explore the ruins. Pokemon have personalities of their own, just like people. My Pikachu has a hasty nature, so it grew to be a speedy Pokemon. I need to fish on Sevii Island. That'll complete my fishing tour of the Sevii Islands. Better stock up on some Pokeballs first, though. Oh yeah, I gotta run that team full of 6 Magikarp. This is a questionnaire. Would you like to fill out a... I have never seen this before. So you need to get an e-reader. I'm back because of a bit of a tummy ache. But when my friends and I go to Applebee's, we sometimes go over deck ratios. So bringing something like that to dinner to read doesn't feel that weird to me. Like I said, it's something that's much less weird now, but it's definitely something I got criticized for as a kid. But welcome back, Cole. I hope your tummy feels better. Combine 4 words or phrases to fill out the questionnaire. There we go. I'm a mature adult. Don't think I could focus enough to read in a restaurant, but if I tried, I could imagine the appeal. Thank you for taking the time to fill out the questionnaire. Your feedback will be used for future reference. Uh-oh. Oh no. I knew the last word was gonna be please as soon as you selected me. Somewhere on this island, peculiar Pokemon are sleeping. TCG cards are just a fixation, so pulling it out at the dinner table feels natural. Psychic Rodette. No, not to. Speaking of, everyone go check your TCG pockets. I sent you all things. Especially because, like I said, TCG Pocket's giving out like a free deck and some other stuff. Even me? Yes, Maddie. I still gotta send you your Oreos. It's just been hard for me to have time to get to the freaking post office. Because, like, my work schedule is almost always exactly when the post office is open until it closes. I forget about them 99.7% of the time. Keep trying to share with you, but you're always filled with share? That's weird, because hardly anyone ever sends me any shares, so I don't know why it would say that I'm, like, reached my limit for the day. I usually only get one per day. What an amazing trainer. You know, usually Ozzy, who's like Hexchew/Jude's boyfriend, like, he sends me stuff every now and then, and, like, here and there I get something from Kuro, but other than that, like, I don't know why it would say I've already reached my share limit. Somewhere on this island, peculiar Pokemon are sleeping. Could it be they're waiting for you? Yes, my new Pokemon friends. We're gonna be peculiar together. I sensed your approach. Psychic Dario. Giraffarig. I love Giraffarig. Don't know if I have any cards worth sharing. Well, I'm not obligating you guys to share with me. I want you to check your shares because I'm trying to help all the homies fill out their Pokédexes. Give up. In your future, I sense that you will meet many others. I think you'll be linked to each other by a strange power. Is that power the wireless adapter included with every initial run copy of Pokemon Firered and Leaf Green? It's also compatible with Emerald. I think there's like maybe a dozen games that use the wireless adapter. I know it wasn't just Pokemon, but I'm pretty sure most people just ended up using them for Firered, Leaf Green, and Emerald, and that was it. Granted, this game with its GBA wireless adapter came out the same year that the DS came out, so it didn't feel as futuristic as I feel like it should have. Mine, Firered, never used it. I mean, I have physical copies of both Firered and Leaf Green, and... Oh, hey! Trainer Tower entrance. I'm here to see how good I am. I wonder what kind of trainers are waiting for me. Oops, I didn't mean to run away in the middle of your dialogue. What trainers are waiting for me? It's nerve-wracking. Never mind battling. These stairs are tougher than any battle. But I actually got quite a good bit of usage out of mine. If nothing else, I have Firered, Leaf Green, and Emerald, and I had multiple GBAs, so I used them to trade with myself a lot. which was much more convenient than trying to fuss around with a link cable. Not many people come out here. If I train here, I'm convinced I'll get stronger and stronger. Yeah, stronger and stronger. Gonna move like that? Maybe later. Canyon entrance. I'll flick you away effortlessly. Aromi Lady Mia. Yeah, okay, let's get Propel out of here. Red Bull time, baby! Because, yeah, I'm pretty sure by the time Firered, Leaf Green, and Emerald were out, I don't think I had any local friends playing Pokemon. So it was mostly me with both my GBAs trading with myself. I love Bellossom, though. I love the whole Oddish line, honestly. It's hard for me to decide whether I like Vileplume or Bellossom more, because they're just both so wonderful. As for a lot of my playthroughs of Red Blue back in the day, I wouldn't even use a starter at all. I'd have like a team of all... just whatever stuff I felt like using. Too strong for me. What's that? I don't act the way I look? That's part of my strategy. Crit's too fast. Surf can't be used here. I mean, I'm simple. I still think being able to walk around after starting a convo with an NPC in Chrono Cross is interesting. Chrono Trigger does that too. Still wild that it even had voice chat. I always think it's fascinating that Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum had voice chat online. Like, it's weird because, like, aside from using stuff like game sharing, there aren't a whole lot of Nintendo games I can think of that have online voice chat now. Fanfy! So, you know, a Pokemon game in 2007. But then again, I feel like the attitude toward online interactivity was a lot more innocent back in the 2000s. I still vividly remember this commercial for Diamond and Pearl that was showing off the voice chat, and they had somebody, like, I don't remember what Pokemon that, like, the perspective trainer was using, but the opponent was using a Lucario, and the guy who was using Lucario said something like, "Check out my Force Palm," or something like that. Like, the exact cadence sticks with me after all these years. Chatter was the same. Yeah. That's one of those things that's like... It's weird. I don't really think about the 2000s as being like this different era that much. But it really was, because you could not have a Pokemon with a Chatot gimmick. That would never be a thing that would release today. As a sign of affection, it bumps with its snout. However, it's so strong, it may send you flying. Spritzer! Dawn Fanta. I think we already have a Fanta. That is actually really good, though. But Spritzer, because, you know, elephants spray water out of their nose. You know? I showed you my Force Palm. Please respond. No. Oh. I will say though, catching all of these Gen 2 Pokemon in a Kanto game is very therapeutic. It's nice. Come on. It also just makes me want to drop everything I'm doing and like level them up and train them. Okay, you know what, Maddie? I do not have a Fanta, I don't think. So, just for you, we will... I'm probably going to wrap up the stream in a little bit, but before we do that, I will go to the name raider in Lavender, and I will change his name to Don Fanta. Oop. Not going to the canyon quite yet. Ugh, fine. All aboard the Sea Gallop High Speed 7. Also, completely funny random thing, Benson. I've mentioned a few times that I'm dyslexic. And I know that, well, first of all, that your screen name's just the first three letters of your first name and the first three letters of your last name. So it should actually probably be pronounced Ben San. But, and the FG for, like, fighting game community and stuff. For the first few times that I saw you in Seven's chat, seriously read your screen name as Ben's Fang. Or Ben Fangs. Ben San Fang, something like that. You know, I just sort of figured, okay, maybe wolf motif, something like that. Hey, maybe even a City of the Wolves reference. I don't know. 3 favorite Mafia bosses. Donphan, Gastrodon, and Lazardon. Playing Smash on Japanese just specifically to get how satisfying it is when the announcer says says Lazardon, like, Lazardon! And Greninja's Japanese game, Gakoga! Poor guy probably had to do so many takes for the Pokemon just for them all having different names in different languages. Trying to remember where the name reader is in Lavender. Ah, there you are. I guess we can save Spritzer for a different one. Don Fanta. Okay, and let's go ahead and change Nog's name while we're here. Oh, my brain is not doing... It's also a joke since Fanta said like Fanta in the commercials, and you always say Don Fan's name like Don Fan. That I kind of picked up on that too. that you were kind of going that same direction with it, so... It's ironic that, like, the fan is for elephant, as much as I'm a stickler for certain names like Bonsly and stuff like that. I don't think I've done high C yet, so... So we're gonna keep going for all of these, like, uncommon drinks, and I feel like there are a bunch of really obvious ones I didn't do. Water, too. Water and water and water, water, water and water and water, water. Double check over everybody to make sure I didn't already have a frappe. I don't think I did. Seven out of 10, too much water. Womp 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 womp. Execute tickled me when I was a kid because all the Pokemon had such unique design. Execute was just eggs. Mr. Pibb, Slim Fast, Hawaiian Punch, Werner, Cheerwine, Snapple, Horchata, Monaco, Cold Brew, Moonshine, Pulp, Barley Tea, Brandy, Surge, Rockstar, Tapioca, Swiss Miss, Fireball, A1, Code Red, Club Soda, Twist Up, Dr. Perky, Sam's Cola, Mark, Slushy, Salsa, Frappe, Mint Tea. Oh, hi, Mark. Yeah, Mark that's the only Lickitung you can get in the main playthrough, so it always has the name Mark. Hot Cocoa, Shaved Ice, Capri Sun, and Berry Blast. Let's go ahead and put Don Fanta. You know, maybe Don Fanta will help me remember to actually pronounce Don Fan's name correctly. And of course we have our other tag-in team members. We have Mio the Persian, Glacier Freeze, 7th Up, Coors, A&W, Ramune, Coffee, and Wild Cherry. But yeah, I do believe we'll go ahead and wrap it up here. I am getting pretty tired. I was already kind of low energy anyway today. Tomorrow is just going to be my day off where I don't have to go to job, and I'm not going to try to stream or do much of anything. Just relax and let myself heal. But thank you so much, everybody, for coming by and hanging out with me today. Give me just a sec here. I'm going to see if any cuties are online. We can go bother them. Not really seeing any of the homies streaming or anything. So I guess we'll just go ahead and call it a night here. But thank you so much, everybody, for coming by. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for having some fun with Pokemon with me. Like I said, I'm sorry I was a little bit low energy this stream. But hopefully, if I can rest up tomorrow, by Thursday, I'll be feeling good. And we can do some more fun, crazy stuff. But everybody, thank you so much. Have a wonderful night. Bye!